Dear our listeners who are across the world watching Giko 3 TV, good evening. How are you doing? I hope this day was great and to everybody. So I'm excited to be with you tonight in this family teaching series whose theme is my role in family, where we talk about the role which we can play in some difficulties or sweetness of the life of the family. Previous days we have seen most of the topics, and I hope that something will change into our families as we came from learning how to change the things from bad to better. Tonight we are going to proceed with another series whose title, Why the Men Hate Their Children, or Why the Women Cast Out Their Children. Yesterdays we have seen a child that was cast out in the open field by her own mother on the day she was born, and her parents were of different nationalities, those which are not a problem, as she played a role of bridging them in permanent way, as she will be their children forever. We have seen about the story of this child who was born and cast out on the day she was born by her own mother in the open field, and the parent of this child was of different nationalities or from different countries, and this child played the role of bridging them in the way, in the permanent way, as she had to be their child forever. Here, I wondered the reason why, which causes this mother to cast out her baby, especially in the open field, just on the day of having birth to her. I wondered the reason why causes or had caused this mother to cast out her baby in the open field just on the day of having birth to her. She fought and decided the open field as a good place worth for her baby than grandmothers, grandparents, her elder sisters, elder brothers, her uncles, her aunts, if some of those were there. In fact, she decided field than the families. It is a great problem. She fought and decided field than families. It means that in their families was great conflicts or such problems which had not solutions. Maybe it's the reason why he took a decision to go and cast her child in an open field. Let's imagine the causes of this, because we don't know the reason why caused her to cast out that child. Let's allow me to imagine the reasons of this scenario in order to have ability to resolve such problem can arise into our families, and We have to provide some principles to prevent that scenario so as not to happen or to occur into our families. Possibly this lady was raped and she felt not wanting to see anymore him who impregnated her, because probably she tried to abort, but for her, fortunately, access was denied many times. Maybe she was raped and she felt not wanting to see anymore that man who impregnated her forcefully. Maybe she tried most of the times to abort, but access was denied. It was not possible to abort. And on the day of having birth, she took a decision to cast out the child born. This mother was on an orphan. It is another reason. Remember that we are imagining what had happened so as this cruelty be committed. Maybe this lady was an orphan. Thus, she had no other choice because she had not where to live with her baby. Maybe it was forbidden to have birth with a strange man. Or she did not want to bear any child or any kid because of how she was raised by parent or other that took her in their responsibilities. Maybe she didn't want to bear any child because of the way she was raised by her parents or other one or ones who had her into their responsibilities. It means the way we treat our children, the way we raise our children can cause the feelings of not wanting to bear children, to get married, and so on. Possibly, she was a secret girl who fled her brethren or parent because of conflicts which arose there in family. Another reason, maybe she was a secret girl who fled her brethren and parents because of the conflicts arose there in family. Fourth reason, otherwise, the man who impregnated her denied against her, and her family denied to receive that innocent who would be born among them, and they birthed her a half-dead, or she had died there during bearing. Maybe the man who impregnated her denied to support her, and the family of this girl also denied to receive that child to be born. Otherwise, the parent of this man, if known, had denied also to receive this child and to support this girl. It means that this girl had lost where to live, where to go, where to stay, where to live. And maybe she fought to suicide. We don't know, but we are imagining. And the family of this girl bat her a half-dead. It can be another reason. Because of being impregnated, she was beaten a half-dead. Otherwise, she had died there during bearing. Someone who saw that child in the field doesn't tell us that he saw the mother. Maybe the mother has died during bearing, and they covered those information and revealed only the information about the child. I don't know what had happening there. Fourth reason, it's that the reason can be much more than we imagine, but if the parent had altercated against her and they had denied to receive and raise that child, this explains well that they hated their daughter, and either her sister, her brothers, her aunts, her uncles, or grandparents, whether they were parents, all of them had been driven by hatred greatly, and they had played the great role in this cruelty. Here, if the parent are the cause, it means that either brother, either sisters, either grandfathers, grandparents, aunts, and uncles, all of those had been driven by hatred, and they hated their daughter. Yeah, that's it. If this young woman missed where to go, missed nobody to help her and to listen to her, until she took a decision to go and cast out that child that she had birthed to. It means that all of these family members were driven by hatred greatly. I think it can be understandable. Because if there were someone to listen to her or to go with her, she should not take this decision of committing the great cruelty like this. If the cause was the man, that cowardness could be caused by the way that man was raised, or the culture of their society to hate the children that were born in that way. If the problem was the man who impregnated that girl, the cause is the way he was raised, or the culture of their society of hating the children who were born, who are born in this way. If she had died aborting, it is hurtful. Maybe she took a decision also to abort. Unfortunately, she had died. If it happened that way, it is hurtful, because some urgent individuals used to advise young ladies to abort in order to cover their mistakes of causing those young ladies to pregnancy, for they might not be known and losing esteem. if she had died aborting. It is shameful and hurtful, because some of adult individuals use to advise young ladies whom they cause pregnancy to abort in order to cover their mistakes, for them to be known and lose their esteem. Briefing my point of view, I would wish to ask you to be softened towards those young mothers and young fathers, because some of the mistakes that they commit caused by the way we treat them, the way that we raise them, and the way that we live either in poverty or in conflicts. This means that most of the mistakes our children commit, we played the role they are in. It means why? It means that we have to be careful how we raise them, how we treat them, for them to be able to be responsible of whatever they face. Nobody can plan the way a such child will be born, prematurely or maturely, and nobody know what a child will become and the time that he or she will last. It's the reason why you have to be careful how we treat them, and that can cause us to have a special time to listen to them, so as to guide them and to work with them in order to mentor them, for them to become great persons, or to fulfill their mission on this world, because we don't know what they are created for and what they are living for. This is the reason why I ask you, beseeching, to listen to your girls and your boys and daughters and sons, in order that they may be open to you, so as to tell you what they are facing as they are getting mature. This will make us able to care for every child as ours own in the journey towards family union, peaceful and joyful life. Because if we love our children, indeed, we can help them to pass through their hardships, including to accept their children that they have birthed to unwillingly before they get married, because it is a purpose of God upon their life. Yeah, it's the purpose of God upon their life, which causes them to have birthed to the children before they get married, still living into your housings. It's the reason why you have to listen to them, so as to help them to pass through what they are facing. So don't strike them, but fight for them. Our families will be all will feel happiness they are in. If we fight for our children without fighting against them, our families will feel happiness they are in. Therefore, we have not to judge some books before we read them, as we don't know clearly what had been happening during the story that we came from seeing about the lady or young mother who had cast out her baby in the open field on the day she had birthed to. It is as the same as we don't know how they feel after being impregnated, or they cause some to impregnate. That is the reason why we as parents, we have to take a special time to talk to our sons, to our daughters, to the youth in general, in order to mentor them, for they might be, or for they might conduct politely in the way that we wish for them, and for us to be able to help them to grow up well, mentally, emotionally, for they shall become responsible of what they shall do along with their life. So, if this lesson is well catched, I think there are much things which can be changed, including the way we treat our children, the way we raise our children. We have seen that all of those can cause some bad impact in their lives. So if our children face some hardships, we have to listen to them, we have to fight for them, but we don't have any ability or right to fight against them, because there are purposes upon their lives. There is why they were created for. This the reason why, basing on in the book of Ezekiel chapter 16, where this story of this young mother who had cast out her child after having birth to her. It is a good listening to learn for, and to take an example from, to change something into our families, in order to build or to make union families peaceful and joyful wherever we can be. And I hope future families will be wonderful than previous families, even which we have today. So God bless you, God strengthens you, God teaches you how to change some things, and God give you new hearts and mindset, so as to be able to bear the problems which we face, in order to seek or to find out the solutions in a sustainable way. If you have any comment, write it down in the comment, and remember to subscribe and tap on the bell in order to receive all the teachings which we shall upload. And you can also chat on me, because my number is there, the email is there. Whatever you can feel, try to tell me. And if you want to meet me, it is possible. But what is needed is to have something changed so as to live peaceful along with the life left before us. We can count the days we spent, but we don't know the real time is left before us, but we have to live a peaceful, joyful, unified right in this time in which we are. So, thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow. God bless you.